Have you ever wondered why, when someone at the dinner table asks, "Can you pass the salt?" we don't just respond with a simple yes or no. Instead, we instinctively reach out, pick up the salt shaker, and hand it over, almost without thinking. It's such a small moment, but it reveals something fascinating about how we communicate. We act on the request, not just the words, because we understand the intention behind what's being said. This shows that conversation is about more than just literal meanings. It's about understanding what people really want or need, even when they don't say it directly. This is where pragmatics comes in, the study of how we use language in real life. Pragmatics is all about reading between the lines, picking up on subtle cues, and using context to figure out what's really being communicated. It's like having a secret manual for understanding people. So, let's explore the hidden rules and unspoken agreements that shape every conversation we have, whether we're with friends, family, or colleagues. These rules are everywhere, guiding us, often without us even realizing it. Speech act theory reveals something fascinating. Words aren't just empty sounds or marks on a page, they're powerful actions that can shape our world. Every time we speak, we're not only sharing information, but also making things happen, influencing people, and even changing situations. Our words can create promises, give orders, make requests, or offer apologies. In this way, language becomes a tool for action, not just for communication. For example, when a judge declares, "I sentence you," or when you say, "I promise," you're not simply describing something, you're actually performing an action. The judge's words change someone's fate, and your promise creates a new commitment. These are moments where language directly shapes reality. According to speech act theory, every time we speak, our words operate on three levels: the literal meaning, locution, the intended action behind the words, illocution, and the effect those words have on the listener, perlocution. Understanding these layers helps us see how language is much more than just words. It's a complex, dynamic process. Take the phrase, "It's cold in here." On the surface, it's a simple observation, but depending on how it's said and who hears it, it could be a polite request to close the window, a subtle hint to grab a jacket, or just a comment about the temperature. The intention and the listener's response turn a basic statement into an action. So, language isn't just about the words we choose, it's about the actions we perform with them, the intentions we have, and the impact we create. Every conversation is a series of actions, shaping our relationships and the world around us. Dixis is all about context. Words like I, here, and tomorrow only make sense if you know who's talking where and when. Meet me here tomorrow is meaningless without knowing who me is, where here is, and when tomorrow is. Deictic words are the anchors that tie our language to the real world. Implicature is how we hint and suggest without spelling things out. If you say, "I have to study" when asked to a party, you're implying no without saying it. We rely on shared expectations, like being relevant and truthful, to read between the lines. Sarcasm and jokes work the same way. "What lovely weather" in a downpour means the opposite. Implicature lets us communicate more with less. Presupposition is the background info we assume is true. John's sister is a doctor presupposes John has a sister. Sometimes presuppositions sneak in unnoticed, like, "When did you stop smoking?" assuming you ever started. These hidden assumptions shape every conversation. Politeness theory helps us understand why we often soften our requests and avoid being too direct or blunt in conversation. It's not just about using nice words. It's about maintaining harmony and showing respect for others' feelings and social boundaries. We all want to be liked and appreciated, which is called our positive face, and we also want to avoid being imposed upon or embarrassed, which is our negative face. Politeness helps us protect both. For example, instead of bluntly saying, "Give me your notes," which can sound demanding and rude, we might say, "Could I maybe borrow your notes if you're not too busy?" This way, we show consideration for the other person's time and feelings. Sometimes, we even hint at what we need, like saying, "Wow, I missed a lot in class. hoping the other person will offer help without us having to ask directly. This indirect approach allows the other person to offer assistance willingly, making the interaction feel more comfortable and less pressured for everyone involved. In the end, politeness is what keeps our social interactions smooth, friendly, and respectful, helping us build better relationships with those around us. Conversation analysis looks at how we take turns, build sequences, and fix misunderstandings in real time. We use cues like pauses and intonation to know when it's our turn to talk. Conversations are built from adjacency pairs. A question expects an answer, a greeting expects a greeting. When things go wrong, we repair, Jessica, not Sarah. Conversation is a dance, orderly, collaborative, and constantly adjusted as we go. Now you know the secret rules behind every conversation. How we act with words, rely on context, hint, assume, stay polite, and take turns. Start noticing these in your daily chats, and you'll become a sharper, more mindful communicator. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe and share your favorite example of pragmatics in the comments. See you next time.